Here's the picture of the ingredients that we're going to use for our recipe this week. We're going to be making a fruit pizza. First steps in making this fruit pizza is we always want to sanitize our area. So I have already done that. Everything is nicely wiped down. Everything is sanitary. So we are ready to go. So the first step in making this fruit pizza, it says to preheat the oven. So that's preheating behind me. So we're good to go there. The next step is spray a 12-inch pizza pan with cooking spray. I don't have a pizza pan at home. What I do have is a cookie sheet, so we're gonna go with it. That looks really ugly. It's clean, I promise. It's just stained. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and spray that, and then we're gonna break up that cookie dough. So we have our cookie dough in the package here. We're gonna break that cookie dough up into the pan. Press the dough evenly into the bottom of the pan within a half an inch of the edge. Bake for 16 to 20 minutes or until golden brown. Cool completely on cooling rack for 30 minutes. So that is our first step. So let's go ahead and start. So I have my cooking spray. I'm going to spray. Nicely done. Go ahead and open up our package here. If I can. There we go. Okay. And my hands are 100% clean. I just washed them. So this cookie dough I actually set out about 10 minutes ago just so it would get a little bit softer. It was pretty firm when it first came out of the fridge. So just go ahead and unwrap that. Set that off to the side. And then we're just gonna squeeze it. It says break it up into chunks. So let's break it up into chunks here. And then we are going to press it into the bottom of our pizza pan. Not really a pizza pan, but we're going with what we have, so. Okay, so I got that broken up into the bottom of my pan, and now I'm just going to start squishing. So squish that dough into the bottom of the pan. I'm going to try and make it a circle even though my cookie sheet is rectangle. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of fun to try and make it an actual pizza. So we'll squish, squish, squish. Just keep squishing, squishing, squishing. And then I'm just going to kind of create a little bit of a circle here into the bottom. Okay, squish, squish, squish. It's kind of fun. Alright, I feel like that looks pretty good. I think that's pretty fancy. That looks like it's going to be a great fruit pizza. Yeah. So you just squish it in the bottom like that. And then you throw it in the oven for 16 to 20 minutes. So now the next step, it says in a small bowl, beat cream cheese, sugar, and vanilla with electric mixer on medium speed until fluffy. Spread mixture over cooled crust. So I don't really have, well, I mean, I have an electric mixer, but I think what they want to use here is like one of those little handheld ones. I think it's really easy, honestly, just to use a fork. So that's what I'm going to do today. If you'd like to use a mixer, go for it. If you want to use a fork, go for it. So I'm going to get, it was the 8-ounce cream cheese. So this one's 8 ounces. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I did set this out about 15 minutes ago just so it would soften up, so it was a little bit easier to work with. And you just drop that right into your bowl. There you go. And then I already measured out my 1/3 cup of sugar, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there also. And then it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. So remember, teaspoon is the littler one. It's not a tablespoon. You mess those up and it does not taste very good. So whoop, that's a little much. Oh well, overflow there. Okay. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and kind of mash that up with my fork. You can use a whisk if you want to. I find it easier just to use a fork. So you just go through and mix all that up until it's nice and creamy. Just keep mixing and mixing. Like I said, you can definitely use your electric mixer if you want to. I just find it really easy to do this with a fork, so. What I wanted to do is show you how to peel a kiwi. There's a couple of different ways to show you, so I wanted to show you all the ways that I know how. The first one is a spoon method, so you just simply cut off the top of that, and then you grab a spoon. Oops, supposed to cut off the back too. Alright, and then you grab a spoon and you just kind of spoon that out. Do you see what I'm doing there? So you kind of go around in a circle. It's kind of fun. Kind of nervous I'm not getting all of the kiwi out of there though. Also, kiwis are super good for you. They have a ton of vitamin C, so. Alright, and then I'm going to just try and get the skin off like that. See how we did. Well, not bad. Alright, so we peeled a kiwi with a spoon. That's kind of fun. Okay, excuse me. The next method is the glass method. So I've never done this one before, so this should be fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut off the top, you're going to cut off the bottom, and then you actually cut it in half, okay? And then you grab a cup, and then you actually like drag it along the edge of that cup, which I have not done before, and oh, there we go. Let's try that. Kind of going that way. I feel like I'm losing a lot of the juice though. Well, there you go. I got the skin off, and there's the kiwi. Oh, I feel like I left a lot of it in the skin. Oh well, let's try that again. So I think it's easier if you just right there on the edge. And then you just push. Alright, there we go. I peeled the kiwi. So there's two ways. You got the glass method, you got the spoon method, and then I do have one more kiwi. Oh, there it is. And this one is just your basic peeling method. Using a smaller knife, I'm going to cut both ends off. There you go. And then you just simply peel the skin off. And you go all around doing like so. So whichever way you want to peel your kiwi, go for it. I'm actually cutting up my fruit right now while the cookie is still in the oven baking, so I'm kind of getting everything prepped. Well, still got some little pieces on there, but still kind of fun. So I got my well, I guess I know I have 3 kiwi instead of 2, which is fine. Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and cut up our fruit. So it calls for strawberries, blueberries, and kiwi. So I wanted to start out with a strawberry. So what you want to do is you just want to cut that top off. Nobody wants to eat that green stuff, right? So remember using your knife like this, wrapping the fingers around it, cupping your fruit like this, and then just cutting off that green stuff right there. Make sure and get it all. There we go. And then you're going to cut this in half, okay? So right down the center. So what you're going to do now is you do want to make sure that it's on its like largest surface area so it doesn't slip all over the place. The more likely it is to slip, the more likely you are to cut yourself, and I don't want you to cut yourself. Alright, so what we're going to do is just cut thin little pieces of strawberry there. There we go. All right. And movie magic, I already have some strawberries cut up. So our strawberries are ready to go. Okay. And so same with the kiwi, I went ahead and peeled those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut those in half just like I did the strawberry. And I'm going to use the largest surface area to lay those down. These are really slippery, so you really don't want them to slip all over the place. And then I'm just going to cut those into slices just like I did the strawberries. Nice. All right, so our cookie is baked. It has cooled, so it's nice and cool to the touch. My frosting or my spread is ready to go. I have all of my fruit cut up over here on the side. I got my blueberries, my strawberries, and my kiwi. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, and what's next on our steps here, is spread mixture over cooled crust. So this is cool, so it's nice and cool to the touch. I'm going to take my scraper and I'm going to go ahead and just plop that right in the center there. And then I'm just going to try and spread that around. So just do your best to try and get that all over that crust, just like you would a pizza. Actually, I had pizza last night for dinner. I had Hawaiian. Hawaiian's my favorite kind of pizza. Some people hate Hawaiian. I don't understand that. Some people hate pineapple on pizza. I don't know. I love pineapple on pizza. It's so good. Alright, so I feel like I did pretty good. I'm trying to get it evenly. Trying to get that, you don't want like a big blob in the center, so trying to spread that out to the edges. I don't know. I think that looks good. Not perfect, but not bad. Very good. Okay, and then I have extra on here, so I'm just going to scrape as much of that off there as I can. I really hate wasting food, so I'm the type that uses as much as possible. There we go. That's pretty good. Alright, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now, my next step, is arrange fruit over cream cheese. Okay, and what I did is I googled fruit pizzas and I looked at some. They had them set up so beautiful and so pretty and so perfect. But I think the way I want to do my fruit pizza is like if you have a bite of this pizza, you're going to be able to get all the fruit. So I'm just going to put the fruit all over the place. I'm not going to make it look pretty with any fancy designs or anything. So I'm just going to start putting this all over the place. No rhyme or reason. But you can do this however you want to. If you want to Google fruit pizzas and look up images and go for these crazy designs, if you want to add other kinds of fruit that you think would be awesome on here, do it. I think that would be a ton of fun. I can't wait to see your guys' creations. So again, I'm just going to keep spreading all that fruit around. Plop that right on there and just go for it. Yeah, because I want... like if I take a bite, I want to be able to get all three kinds of fruit in my bite. That's kind of my goal. But if your goal is to look pretty, if you want it to look gorgeous, and you want it to be a beautiful design, do it. Alright, blueberries, let's go ahead and sprinkle some blueberries on there. Did you know that blueberries is considered a superfood? How many of you guys know what a superfood is? If you've ever taken my health classes, you probably know. A superfood is an awesome food that has a ton of vitamins and minerals in it. Blueberries actually have a ton of antioxidants. And antioxidants actually help your skin and help your body to stay young. Antioxidants can even fight off different kinds of cancers, so that's kind of cool. So yes, this fruit pizza does have quite a bit of sugar on it, but at least you have some antioxidants and fruit on it. Alright, and then just keep going with your kiwi. All right, so this is my design I came up with. I think it looks great. Nothing fancy about it, but I know it's going to taste good. The next step is to stir the jelly until smooth and spoon over or brush over the fruit. So far, we've only been measuring out dry ingredients, but I wanted to show you how to measure out wet ingredients. So you use a different kind of measuring tool. What you're going to do, and jelly is a little bit different, so you're just going to kind of spoon that in there. And we want a half a cup of apple jelly. Okay, let's see. I'm going to keep going, keep going. And what's nice about these is you just kind of, you get your wet ingredients in there, and then you get down to it to where your eye level, and then you can see if you have the correct measurement. So with the apple jelly, it says to stir it up so it's nice and smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to check to make sure that we have enough. Actually, that's a little bit too much, so I'm going to take some out. Okay. And then you just stir that up until it's nice and smooth, and then you brush it over your fruit. So I have the cutest little spatula right here that I always like come up with reasons to use, so I thought it would be kind of fun to use it today. I actually bought it for my daughter so that she could, quote, help in the kitchen. She's not super helpful, but you know, she likes to pretend like she's helpful. So, all right, I went ahead and stirred that up till it was nice and smooth and runny. And what I'm going to go ahead and do now is, I think what I'm going to do, if I can find it, it's always one of those missing pieces in my fridge. All right. I actually have this brush. It's kind of fun. So we'll see if it works. I don't know. Maybe I'll just use a spoon. And then I'm just going to kind of brush it over the top there. I don't know. I think a spoon might work better. Alright, so we're just going to spoon some all over the top of our pizza there. And after we get that apple jelly spooned all over our pizza, we're going to throw that in the refrigerator just to let that chill for about an hour. And then after it chills, we get to cut that up and enjoy our fruit pizza. Here's my final product. It turned out super good. I would say so far, out of all the recipes we've done, this is my favorite.